Everybody, welcome back to the channel. And yes, at the moment I'm at my desk. This is obviously where I produce a lot of radio shows at home. I've got the Xbox One plugged in. I was going to test it. I'm just uploading a video, so yeah, let's get the channel changed, see if I can do this, and then obviously I'm going to try and at least vacuum out some of these vents. But yeah, let's see what's going on here. Right, so first off, I've plugged in the Xbox One power supply. Let's switch it on. Now there should be a light that comes on here, and there isn't, which leads me to believe it's this ropey power supply unit. The plug is a little bit loose, but obviously if I come around to the Xbox One, nothing. Like I say, that little LED there should come on, so yeah, the only thing I can do is unplug this and try it again. Right, so I've done the trick of unplugging this for a few minutes, plugged it back in. The little LED on here came on and then it just went off, but it was on orange. So I'm going to take this apart and have a quick look, because I suspect it's the PSU and not the Xbox, unless the Xbox is actually shorting it out somehow, but it wouldn't do a return feed as far as I'm aware. Anyway, let's have a quick look. Now obviously please don't do this at home, because this is still live. It's plugged in. The plug does seem a bit loose in the socket, and yeah, whether it's the fan that's shorting out, but nothing looks entirely obvious. Obviously you don't want to touch any of this, because the capacitors and bits in here will hold voltage, and just don't do it. In order to get it out, I'll show you, it's a bit of a mare. You've got these ever so tiny caps that sit in the base, so the easiest way to get them out is with a pair of tweezers. Now the screws that you take out, if you can see, they actually are these, so it's not like a Torx bit, it's like a starred security bit. So it's one of these. I used the smallest one, which I believe is a T8. Yeah, T8, there you go. So yeah, I'm not too sure what it's doing. What I'll do, oh, wobbly cam, what I'll do is I'll disconnect the fan, because if you look there, I don't know if you can see it, the cable on the fan is looking a bit dodgy, as if it's been pinched. And obviously if the fan doesn't come on, would it know that? I'm sure it wouldn't. It's just a power supply unit. But yeah, not too sure on this one. What I could do is actually try a different lead in here. I have actually ordered a power pack for it. I mean, they're like £12, if that. And I don't know, I'm not too sure with it. Like I say, when you plug it in, you get the LED light come on, even if it's not plugged into the console, and the LED light goes on. I did get the orange light to come on for a while, and I did wonder, not trying to touch those bits, whether it was the actual plug, because the plug feels quite loose in the hole. And yeah, not too sure. I'll show you what I mean. Right, so I've unplugged it for a few minutes. Let's plug this back in, and I'll show you. That obviously goes back in there, and the orange light comes on and goes out. So, and I'm just wondering if it's that. Could it be that simple? But the fan's not coming on, so does the fan come on when it gets hot? Anyway, I've got a spare one of these for one of my Xbox 360s that somebody very kindly gifted me, and I shall try that. Right, so this is my Xbox 360 one from one of my old Xboxes. My current one that I use is there, being buried at the minute. But I plugged this one in. It's not switched on, but obviously you still don't want to rest your hand on any of this stuff, because it will hold charge. So let's try and do that with one hand and see what happens. Right, I'll get that pushed in with both hands, and then I shall switch it on. Right, so that's plugged in. That automatically feels so much firmer than the other one, but it may not be the issue. But anyway, let's try and see if I can reach the plug. Yeah, see, it's done the same thing. It's come on, and gone off, which is really bizarre. Very bizarre. So I'm wondering, as I said, if it is a problem. There's definitely no power getting to that. Let's just make sure I've put this in the right one, because you have a HDMI out and a HDMI in, which it is in the correct way. Let's wiggle this around in the hole a bit and see. No, doesn't seem to be that. That is really tight in there. I'm wondering whether it is actually the PSU that's dead. I know what I'll do is I'll go and get my other one off my Xbox One that I was gifted and try that out. Right, so this is my good one that has come from my other Xbox One. I've not switched it on down there yet. It's still on its standby. Let's put this in the right way, so the X logo has to go towards the top, facing the top of the console. That's that done. And let's see if the LED stays on. Yeah, so this one goes orange to yellow. And that's what it's meant to do. Right, let's see what it does. I don't know if the TV's on the right channel, but there you go. So, this Xbox One that I bought for just over £20, I'm hoping will have a HDMI output. It's not doing anything yet. Maybe I've got it on the wrong channel. I have got it on the wrong channel. The TV should detect. But there you go. So, the Xbox One that I bought, I was right. My suspicion in the power supply unit that was only lighting up orange and then briefly going out. Turns out, if this does boot, that it's actually a PSU problem. I haven't got my controller, it's on the other side of the other side of the room where I keep my workable console. So, yeah, £20 for a boxed Xbox One that needed a new PSU that's about £12, so 32 quid in. As I say, comes with a box, comes with a Kinect, all the cables, a FIFA 14 game that's probably expired and I can't play. Do I see if this one? There we go. I probably won't be able to show. Oh, yeah. I won't show you the name, but it's got content on there. It's got an account. Obviously, the console died midway through playing it, so I'm going to set this up a little bit. I've got a few radio shows to produce this afternoon from home, but yeah, rather impressed with that. So I'm literally going to wait for the next power supply unit to turn up, and then I will go through some of the procedures, and maybe I'll have a quick look, see how dusty this machine is first. Right, so what I've gone and done is I've got my other Xbox One controller from my other machine. I've plugged it in via the USB cable, because if you do that, you don't actually have to sync it to the console. You can just, yeah, play it and do stuff. Right, so let's quickly show you if I can get my thumb in the right place. I know he's got Doom internal. Let's have a look, see what games he's got. So I'm trying to do this with my left hand. Seal. Oh, there we go. He's got Batman, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5. Wait for my camera to pick it up. Call of Duty Warzone, Modern Warfare, and Doom Eternal. As you can see, the installation stopped part of the way through, so the power supply unit has obviously died midway through downloading software, so he's not been able to delete his stuff. Right, let's just connect it to the internet. Right, so I've just put in my password details for my own router at home, and it's connected. Hey, it's probably now going to ban it, isn't it? Let's see what it's doing. An update. There we go. Like every console I've had. Well, before I get into that, I'm probably going to take the case off and have a look to see how dirty it is inside. Right, so I've disconnected the Xbox One from the PSU and the mains. I'm going to take the cover off to have a quick look. I went to do an update on the console and it crashes at around 66%. So I'm currently downloading this offline system update, which I will do. If that doesn't work, I will do a factory reset. And obviously, I was going to lose the other person's account details anyway, but One of the things I wanted to do is, I'm not sure, there's loads of guides online on how to do this, but whether I can get into the machine. There we go. Let's try this, because this is a bit softer. Like so. Let's try that one there. And this should at least show me the condition of what the fan and the insides are like. Oh dear. Right, that panel's off. I can give that a wash, but yeah, that looks like it's never been done before, ever. So I believe I take this bit out, like so, and then I've got to lift this and unclip this. So I'll get the case off. I won't show that because there's loads of guide videos on here, but basically there's clips on here that you remove. I shall give it a clean, because if you look at the ports, let's have a look at that, eh? Crusty, and by the time you come back it will be magically clean. Here we go. I don't think this has ever been cleaned. It still works alright, but I think I don't need to go any deeper than this. I don't need to disconnect this to take the top off. As long as I can get access in there with my brush, which I will be able to, and in the ports with my brush, I'll take this plate off. But yeah, it's disgusting. Well, the air's come out, the case has come off, bits of dirt and stuff everywhere, but I went a bit down the rabbit hole. Still, fan's looking good. One of the screws, the actual mount, was broken, but other than that it's all looking pretty good. So debating whether to swap this, but I think I'll do that at a different date and put a solid state in it. But yeah, dust everywhere. Here we go, it's another day. I waited for the update, which kept crashing at 66% last night. What actually happened was that I did a reset on it. I tried to do a install by using a USB memory stick, but I unplugged the console for a few minutes, plugged it back in, it carried on with the installation. What it has done is wipe the other person's account. So let's just turn it on a minute, because it's not switched on. And hopefully, when I do this, there we go. See, they're very slow, aren't they? Maybe I will update this one to a solid state drive if I don't sell it. It's got a 500 gigabyte drive installed, whereas my other one's got a 1 terabyte. But as you can see, it loads up. It does take a while on this screen, but the Xbox One apparently can take a few minutes to actually boot up, which is amazing. But we all used to sit and wait doing that, didn't we? Just sit there like it is now. Oh, is it working? Yeah, it's getting there. But I will wait up. I'll just show you in a few minutes what happens. The machine is now very quiet, whereas I've cleaned out all the vents. I ended up actually washing the case, waiting for it to dry. As you would have seen, I did a complete tear down, took all of this apart, and yeah. And a little bit voicey this morning. I went in and did a couple of hours on a breakfast show that I do, and gate crashed another presenter's show and did that as well. So it does take a long time, doesn't it? The batteries are going to run out. Oh, here we go. It's getting there. I was going to say the batteries will run out soon. There we go. There's me, and it's in. So if I skip the sign in, because I've not put any details in, because I'm not sure if I'm keeping this or selling it. But yeah, all works. Let's see. There's no games on the system. There we go. When you install games, they're sharp. There's quite a lot of apps on it, but what I'm going to do is check to see what apps actually came with the console when it was launched. And then obviously I will delete the ones that aren't meant to be on there. And yeah, probably, I don't think Plex would have been on there. Who knows? I don't know. Depends on what license tie-in it is. Anyway, bit of a long-winded video just to basically clean an Xbox and do a reinstall of the operating system. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.